Naruto Uzumaki Naruto during the Asuma revenge arc. He locks in on some training. Kakashi's like, I understand that, Sasuke is kind of more powerful than you are, even after, you training for 2 years. But don't worry, Naruto's like, what do you mean? He's like, S-class jutsu. The fourth Hokage was the one who created the Rasengan. Now, I know it, Jiraiya knows it, and you know it. And then also Konohama knows it because Naruto taught it to him. But now Naruto's going to have a jutsu that's specialized to him. Naruto then called it the Rasen Shuriken because he made it in the form of a shuriken, and it's like spinning around super fast. At some point, Naruto, would then be able to like throw it and shit, but like he couldn't really throw it at like this point because like he just mastered it, right? You know, he held it on his hand and then like ran up on with it. But Naruto wasn't gonna let anybody else die. Asuma died, and he was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna go help Kakashi out, but I need to learn this technique first." He did that by summoning all those clones. Like I don't know how many. Hundreds of clones. And he learned quicker than a person who don't use Shadow Clone Jutsu. That's how Naruto was able to learn that pretty quick. It took him like I don't think it took him that long to learn that. S rank jutsu called the Rasen Shuriken. It took him only a couple days, and he learned it. Now he wasn't like mastered or anything, but it was a jutsu that nobody else could replicate. Not even Kakashi. It took too much jutsu, and like it was, it took too much, chakra, to like summon something like of that caliber. So then, he ran up on Kakazu with it, boom, hit him with it, or tried to, he dodged it. But then the next one hit, boom, and it like fucked his hearts up. He had one heart afterwards. Kakashi went in to like deliver the final blow, but Naruto was the one who actually like put him on his like ass. You know, he even Naruto even had to summon some Nine Tails chakra. You could tell because his eyes were still blue, right? But it was like a controlled, you know, application of taking in Karama's chakra. Very controlled because he was locked in during that moment. He had to make sure it hit. But he needed extra chakra from Kurama, so he like was able to summon one and then defeat him. But Naruto's strength during this time is 88, speed 87, 86 for his durability and 87 for his endurance, 86 for his intelligence and 86 for his experience, 86 for his close skills and the range skills at a 91. 89 for his recoup and an 88 for his hack. So overall power score is an 87.4 for Naruto during this time. Be cool, calling the corner.